Shalom, welcome back to the Sequential Zohar series. This chapter begins with a verse that looks simple. God forms every beast of the field and every bird of the air from the ground. But Rabbi Shimon immediately opens the inner door and says, "Woe to the world, because many hearts are closed, and many eyes are shut. They read Torah, but they do not enter the soul of Torah. They see animals and birds, but they do not ask what the Torah is, pointing to inside the human being." According to the Zohar, the beasts of the field and the bird of the air are not only creatures. They also point to people whose consciousness remains on the outer level. They may be alive, they may have a Nefesh, a basic living soul, but they have not yet awakened Ruach, the living spirit that can serve the Shechinah in exile. This is a direct teaching. A person can be alive, active, religious, educated, and still not be a true help to the divine presence. Why? Because the heart may still be sealed. The eyes may still be closed. The person may know words, but not secrets. They may know behavior, but not inner purpose. They may know tradition, but not the ache of the Shechinah. The Zohar is not insulting ordinary people. It is awakening them. It is saying that the purpose of life is not merely to exist, eat, work, speak, and repeat patterns. The purpose is to become useful to the light. The purpose is to help raise the Shechinah from exile. And then the chapter says something very powerful. Wherever the Shechinah goes into exile, Moses does not move away from her. This is one of the great mysteries of the Zohar. Moses is not treated only as a historical prophet who lived in the past. Moses is a living spiritual force. Moses is the soul of Torah. Moses is the central pillar. Moses is the faithful shepherd who remains with the divine presence wherever she is hidden, wherever she is lowered, wherever she is exiled among the people. So when the Zohar says that Moses did not die, it is not speaking in an ordinary physical way. It means the inner Moses remains active. The force of Torah, the force of redemption, the force that leads souls out of Egypt does not disappear. It becomes hidden, but it does not abandon the Shechinah. This changes the way we understand exile. Exile is not only punishment. Exile is the place where hidden holiness waits for someone to recognize it. The Shechinah is there. Moses is there. The question is whether we are there with them. Rabbi Elazar asked his father a reasonable question. If the Torah is speaking about Adam, how can Rabbi Shimon connect it to Israel and Moses? How can the creation of Adam become a teaching about final exile and redemption? Rabbi Shimon answers with the principle that the end is declared from the beginning. In the beginning, the end is already hidden. In Adam, the whole story of humanity is already planted. In the garden, the final correction is already encoded. Creation is not random. The first form already contains the last repair. This means that Adam is not only one person at the beginning of the Bible. Adam is the pattern of humanity. Adam is the collective human form. Adam is Israel. Adam is Moses. Adam is the soul that falls asleep in exile and must be awakened for union. Then the Zohar reads the verse, "For Adam there was not found a help opposite him," as a hidden statement about Moses. In the final exile, there is no one found to help him bring the Shechinah out of exile. All are opposite him. All are matched against him. This is a painful image. Moses looks for help, but cannot find a true man. The Torah even echoes when Moses looks this way and that, and sees that there is no man. On the surface, that verse happens when Moses sees oppression in Egypt. But inwardly, the Zohar hears something deeper. Moses looks into the generation and sees that no one has fully awakened to the task. People are present, but true spiritual help is missing. Bodies are there. Opinions are there. Knowledge is there. But the awakened human being, the one who can stand with the Shechinah and help redemption, is rare. That is why this chapter can feel severe. Rabbi Shimon is not speaking gently here. He is striking the close heart. He is saying, do not live as a beast of the field. Do not fly like a bird of the air without inner knowledge. do not remain only Nefesh. Awaken Ruach. Become a spirit that serves. Then the Zohar goes back to Adam's deep sleep. God causes a deep sleep to fall upon Adam. The Zohar says this deep sleep is exile. This is beautiful and terrifying. Exile is not only being far from a land. Exile is sleep. It is unconsciousness. It is spiritual numbness. It is the state where the soul is still alive but not fully awake. The body continues. The world continues. Religion continues. But the inner eye sleeps. And the Zohar says this sleep falls upon Moses. Not because Moses is spiritually dead, but because the Moses force becomes hidden during exile. The shepherd is present but concealed. The Torah is present, but its inner soul is covered. The Shechinah is present, but clothed in dust. Then comes the mystery of the side taken from Adam. On the surface, this is the creation of woman. But the Zohar reads it through the upper worlds. Hashem Elohim points to Abba and Ima, father and mother, the supernal wisdom and understanding. They take one side from the maidens of the queen, from the white aspect, the side described as fair as the moon. Then the verse says that God closed up the flesh in its place. The Zohar connects this flesh to Moses through the word Beshagam, because its numerical value points to Moses. The flesh of Moses is described as red, and his face is compared to the sun. So, now we have a deep pairing, fair as the moon and clear as the sun, white and red, moon and sun, queen and Moses, right side and left side, mercy and strength, hidden beauty and fiery protection. This is not abstract symbolism. The Shechinah in exile needs protection. Holiness, when it descends into a mixed world, must be guarded. The Zohar says that the closing of the flesh means protection from external forces. The red strength of Moses causes those external forces to flee. This is a powerful image for spiritual life. Softness alone is not enough. Beauty alone is not enough. The moon must be guarded by the sun. The queen must be protected by holy strength. The inner garden must have a boundary. The soul must know when to open and when to close. Many people think spirituality means being open to everything. But the Zohar teaches the opposite. Holiness is not careless openness. Holiness is measured openness. It opens in the right time, to the right flow, with the right vessel. It closes when the wrong forces would enter. That is why the chapter speaks about a frame, a boundary, a closing. The queen, meaning Malkuth, is shut for the 6 working days and open on Shabbat. This is very deep. During the 6 days of the week, holiness is involved with labor, mixture, effort, separation, struggle, and boundary. The gate is not fully open. The queen is guarded. But on Shabbat, the gate opens. Malkuth rises. The Shechinah receives openly. The soul tastes a world beyond exile. So, the rhythm of the week becomes a map of exile and redemption. 6 days we protect the vessel. 6 days we work with boundaries. 6 days we do not let every desire enter the sanctuary. Then Shabbat comes, and the guarded queen opens to the higher light. This is why Shabbat is not merely a day off. Shabbat is the opening of the inner gate. It is the time when the Shechinah is no longer as hidden, no longer as exposed to the same weekday mixture. The soul returns to its source. The closed place becomes open. Now bring this into daily life. The chapter is asking a very simple question. Are we helping Moses, or are we standing opposite him? To help Moses does not mean we need to become famous teachers. It means we stop living with a closed heart. It means we take the secrets of Torah seriously. It means we understand that prayer, restraint, study, humility, Shabbat, and inner purification are not small practices. They are part of the redemption of the Shechinah. Every time a person chooses awareness over sleep, Moses is helped. Every time a person chooses Torah's inner soul over outer habit, Moses is helped. Every time a person refuses to let bitterness, ego, lust, anger, or cynicism rule the inner sanctuary, the Shechinah is protected. And every time a person lives only on the surface, the exile becomes heavier. Not because God is weak, but because the vessel remains asleep. That is why Rabbi Shimon begins with closed hearts and shut eyes. The problem is not that the light is absent. The problem is that the eyes are shut. The Torah is full of secrets, but a sealed heart turns secrets into flat stories. The Shechinah is present, but a sleeping soul walks past her. The call of this chapter is awakening. Do not remain only Nefesh. Become Ruach. Do not only exist, serve. Do not only read Torah, enter Torah. Do not only admire Moses, help Moses. Do not only speak about redemption, become the kind of person through whom redemption has a place to land. This is the dignity of the human soul. We are not created merely to survive the world. We are created to help repair the world from inside the hidden places. The beasts of the field and birds of the air are formed from the ground. But the true human being must rise beyond ground consciousness. The true human being must awaken the breath, the spirit, the Ruach, the inner knowing that can stand with the Shechinah in exile and say, I am here to help. This also explains why the Zohar is so strong about the secrets of Torah. The secrets are not entertainment for mystical people. They are medicine for exile. When the inner meaning is forgotten, the outer form becomes heavy. Commandments become routine. Prayer becomes recitation. Study becomes information. But when the secret returns, everything becomes alive again. The same verse that looked flat begins to breathe. The same practice that felt ordinary becomes a ladder. The same Shabbat that looked like a rule becomes an opening in reality. And this is why Moses is connected with the central pillar. The central pillar is balance. It does not collapse into harshness, and it does not dissolve into softness. It joins right and left. It joins mercy and strength. It joins heaven and earth. A person who helps Moses becomes a small central pillar in the world, they do not only react, they hold the middle. They do not only chase pleasure or fight enemies, they stabilize the field around them. So, when life becomes chaotic, this teaching becomes practical. Ask, am I falling asleep? Or am I becoming more awake? Am I helping the Shechinah rise? Or am I feeding the forces that keep her hidden? Am I protecting holiness with clear boundaries? Or am I leaving the inner gate open to everything that wants to enter? The work is quiet, but it is not small. A guarded word, a pure intention, a moment of restraint, a sincere prayer, a Shabbat kept with love, a verse studied with trembling. All of these become help. They become hands under the fallen presence. They become signs that someone on earth has heard the hidden call and chosen to answer it faithfully and fully in the middle of ordinary life without needing applause. And when enough souls awaken like that, the deep sleep begins to break. Moses is no longer hidden. The queen is no longer abandoned. The closed gate opens. The weekday exile gives way to the taste of Shabbat. And the beginning reveals the end that was hidden inside it all along. Shalom.